All right, here's how you can start to heal your brain from brain rot, from just the chronic dopamine stimulation that you fried your brain with over the past few years, how you can get your attention span back. And I'm gonna go into one simple technique that we all know that has to deal with using silence, using meditation to heal our brain. I'm gonna teach you how to meditate, how to use the power of silence, and show you through studies why and how silence might be the key to recovering the destruction of our own brains over the past few years. Because according to this one study that was done in 2023, I'll have a pop-up on the screen. I'm not going to read the actual study, but you can go ahead and pause and read it if you like. But it was done in 2023, and basically they studied adolescents and social media use and screen time, what that had and the impact that had on their brain. And essentially they found that screen time has nearly doubled since 2020, since the pandemic, so to speak. And that has led to more and more people spending more time on their screens, which has led to even more problems with our own, what we're finding, our brain activity function and just development of our brain. Social media is changing, and the internet, now AI as well, is changing the development of our brain. Most people feel as if they can't focus at all. Their memory has been destroyed. They can't remember anything the past few days even, right? And it's because it has to deal with lower levels of gray matter. But in this particular study, I'm gonna show how meditation can heal your brain, all right, and reverse these symptoms, and using silence, and teach you how to meditate so you can start practicing meditation to reverse the symptoms of brain rot, essentially. So what they found, they looked at adolescents ages 9 to 10. They looked at children in the age, around the age group 9 to 10. They took over about 4,600 children over a 2-year period looking at their brain development. And what they found was that social media led to reduced volume of the hippocampus, okay? The hippocampus has to deal with a lot of memory, like your ability to retain, remember your days, remember information, being able to hold on to certain ideas, etc., right? Then also emotions, emotional development, emotional control, which deal a lot with depression, anxiety, being able to kind of have that wherewithal and emotional intelligence, so to speak, right? And this is your hippocampus. And we're seeing in this study that they actually found lower levels of development and volume, lower levels of volumes in the hippocampus. So that is what we're seeing from the development of the chronic dopamine stimulation, the rapid just advancement of social media, AI, and our obsession and addiction to our screens, okay? So how can we reverse this? Now I have this study that shows that it's not the end of the world. If you feel like your brain is fried, you can actually do something to reverse the symptoms, okay? And it's stillness, silence. I've been practicing meditation for years now. I know a lot of people aren't the biggest fans of meditation, but I essentially meditate every single day, and I find that it helps me tremendously. And this study shows that basically they looked at 2 people. This was done in 2015 by Eileen Luders. And they looked at 2 groups of people, right? 30 individuals who meditated for over 5 to say 20 years or so, around that time period. And they looked at people that didn't meditate at all. And they found that those who meditated had larger levels, larger volumes of hippocampus, like their hippocampus had larger volumes, right? So essentially what social media is reducing in our brains, meditation is developing. And it shows how if you can take time every day to rest in stillness and silence and meditation, so to speak, you can begin to rehabilitate your brain. Okay, and I actually did a whole section on this new free ebook I developed, 10 mindset tips to escape, drift, and awaken the master within. It's absolutely free. I have a whole section on silence, giving you my own essence and creativity behind my own meditation techniques I'm gonna go into here, but also so much more that you can utilize as ideas to help you on your journey to create your own methods, your own systems, right? So what is it that you can do to become a better meditator and start to make meditation easier. All right, I'm gonna break down kind of what I've done in my journey. This is mostly my experience. I picked up from different people along the way as well. But again, guys, do not just believe what you hear on the internet. Take the inspiration from the artists that you perceive or you're inspired by, test and apply what works and leave what doesn't, okay? Very important you do that. You don't just take my word for law. You don't just take other people's word for law. You think critically, you use your brain, and you apply what works from other people and leave what doesn't, okay? So what I say here, you should apply and say, hey, this worked, this didn't, and create your own method. But we know based on these studies that meditation has a place to heal thyself, heal our own brains, begin to enhance our memory and our attention spans that are so fried nowadays. So let's get into it. Number one, start your meditation with breathing, okay? And I want to say one more thing too, because from my experience, when you are spending time in silence, you get so many downloads. Like, you will find that just being quiet, you can actually start to feel and like tap into your intuition again. Let me know what you guys think. Do you feel like you don't know your intuition because of phones, technology? Do you feel like you've lost sense of your intuition? I feel like a lot of people have because they're so numbed by social media and technology, AI, all these things. But when you sit in silence and kind of do what I'm about to tell you, you actually start to feel your intuition. You get ideas and downloads that you never really once had. Like, a lot of my ideas on this channel have come during my meditation. Also for my own music, my own art that I like to create, right? These ideas come from silence a lot of times. But I'm gonna get back to this. So start with breathing. Look up the Wim Hof technique, right? It's kind of what that's where I got started about 6 years ago in this breathing, 5-6 years ago in this breathing method of just increasing the oxygen levels in our body. And that really kind of sedates you, gives you kind of this feeling of your body, and it builds momentum and gives you a solid 10 minutes of silence that can then allow you to coast through your meditation. So look up Wim Hof breathing technique, do that YouTube video to start your meditation, and then just sit in silence and kind of follow through with what I'm about to say here. Because this is something that I learned is, you have like the third eye or the pineal gland, so to speak. And one thing that I picked up on my meditation is to see through your forehead, like almost as if you're looking through your forehead, and try to visualize a light. And when you see this light, just stare at the light. Hold your vision on the light and just be still with it. Become it, right? And just hold your focus on it for as long as possible. This is gonna help you develop a monster, just an incredible ability to keep your attention on one thing, right? The more you do this, the more you can actually focus. Like, this has helped my attention span so much, staring at this light, like while I'm meditating, and just holding it there for 20 minutes even, right? Even hours at times. And that's another powerful technique. So see the light through your forehead. And then this is one I picked up along my journey, which is like more so a Kundalini technique, so to speak, where you're visualizing on your inhale energy going down to the root chakra, the root of your spine. And then you're essentially on your inhale, you're holding your breath for 2 seconds and using your diaphragm almost like a pump to pump the energy back up to your crown on your exhale, and kind of repeat that and take the energy down and up, down and up. I know this sounds woo-woo, but this stuff has powerful effects with my practice, and I picked it up on my journey. You guys should try it too. And then last but not least, I call this the flow technique. I just sort of picked this up on my journey. The flow meditation technique, where I visualize myself in a river. Because why is it that most people suck at meditating? It's because they close their eyes for like 30 seconds to a minute and they start feeling again, and they freak out and they have to jump on their phone. They have to start doing something to numb themselves again. It's hard for them just to feel. So what you do is when you meditate, you visualize yourself in a river, water just flowing past you, okay? And that water consists of your feelings, your emotions, and everything. You're just sitting in there, allowing that to flow, and you're visualizing yourself in that river and just letting it flow past you, letting your emotions express themselves, because you rather express or you suppress. So that is all I have for you, and that allows you to just feel again, and feeling is healing, guys. So I hope this was valuable to you, please like, follow, and share for more. And you can click the link in my bio to download my free ebook today. Much love.